Chris Rossetti here at Clearfield High School, another edition of the Lesser Lumber District 9 preseason football video show. For all your building needs, check out Lesser Lumber at www.lesserlumber.com. Again, here in Clearfield, basically the home of Lesser Lumber. And actually, I know we have one of the Lesser boys with us here, actually. Jake, I just called him Ryan. Let's not call him Ryan or Christian. Those were his two less talented brothers. But Tim, why don't you go ahead and introduce who else we have with us?
This is Quentin Bloom, offensive and defensive lineman.
Yeah, Quentin was the D9Sports.com District 9 Offensive Lineman of the Year last year. And that's kind of where I want to start. You have some skill guys you have to replace, but you come back with a couple of really good offensive linemen, and that has to be a good feeling when you know you have to replace a quarterback.
It is. He and Ellen Myers are two mainstays that we're really looking at, Quentin and Ellen, anchoring our offense, anchoring our offensive line.
Moving into the skill positions, you do have to replace some people. I mean, it starts with Isaac Rummery. You can't. It's hard to qualify whether he's the best quarterback to come through Clearfield, or we'll just say one of the best, because you've had so many good ones come through here. And do you feel like maybe you have another one coming up here?
I do. I think the one we have coming up has an unbelievable amount of potential. His ceiling is very, very high. It's unlimited. He has a lot of skills. He's a strong kid. He's smart. He has all the intangibles, so he just has to go on the field and make things happen.
Got a little bit of playing time in a big-time situation last year against Erie Cathedral Prep, where I know probably you wish you hadn't had to have thrown him into there. But does that maybe give him some confidence going into this year that he could play at that level?
He did, and he started for us on defense. He started at linebacker all year and had a great year at linebacker. So Oliver Billett is a kid that we're looking to have a future for us here for the next 3 years, and we have a lot built around him.
Quentin, we talked a little bit about your achievements on the offensive line and all that, but what has made you guys, it seems like whether it's Clearfield or Kerwinsville, you guys almost own that award that you won last year. What is it about Clearfield County in specific and Clearfield High School that the linemen seem to take pride in being some of the best in the entire district?
I don't really know how to answer that.
How much work do you put in the off season, you and your line mate teammates?
Tell them about how hard you work.
I mean, we put in a lot of work. You get in here for a couple hours almost every day. Just keep working through the whole off season.
Jake, you've had a couple of really strong seasons, but as Coach said, we have a new quarterback coming in and all that. What kind of rapport have you built up with Oliver so far?
Oliver's a really good friend of mine. We've been growing up together, so we've put in a lot of work in the off season together, running routes and lifting together in the off season.
Defensively, what is it that you guys want to do defensively, and how good do you think you're going to be on the defensive side of the football?
Well, we start out with two returning defensive ends that had a really good year for us last year. Ian Heitzenrather and Myers, so Alan Myers. So we go there, and then we have some of our linebackers returning. Jake's back in the secondary. Oliver's back at linebacker. Nick Domico's back at linebacker. So we're returning a good core, probably about 6 or 7 kids that played last year on defense. So we're hoping we can just fill in with some of the kids that have been waiting their turn to play.
Jake, I know the expectation at Clearfield never changes. I mean, you guys went undefeated in the regular season last year. The only loss there to, obviously one of the best teams in the state over the last few years. Expectations still the same here?
Yeah, we embrace that as a team. We have that winning mentality, and that's all we look forward to in the off season.
I'm going to ask the two guys this question, Tim. Start with you, and I just walked in. I don't know anything about Clearfield football. What would be the first thing that I would see if I spent a day or 2 days or a week with you guys?
How intense we practice and how much we care about the sport of football.
Jake, same question.
How much the coaching staff cares about us and how well they take care of us.
Tim, what would you say has been the one hallmark of your long, illustrious career here at Clearfield?
I think kids realize that when they come into our program that they're cared about, not just as players but as people, and we care about them doing the right things all the time, and that eventually turns into success on and off the field.
Well, guys, thanks for joining us here on another edition of the Lesser Lumber preseason show, and good luck this year.